Alrighty, we are getting ready to start game number 4 of this World Series. The Melonheads do have a 2-1 lead. We're going to go ahead and the same lineup as the last game. The Melonheads are going to continue to try and roll over these runners. If they win this game here, they win their first championship in the historic league. Many of these players are used to winning. They won for years in the backyard league, so to finally make an attempt to win it here in a more serious league is the big time for them. So they got Vicky Kawaguchi, been the best pitcher on the staff here in what could possibly be the final game for them. Fly ball to left, out number 1. So the runners are shut down quickly. First batter out. Ooh, that two-seamer fooled him. Vicky looking sharp out there so far. Hitting her spots. It doesn't look like the runners are getting good. Ooh, that was close. Not quite as the foul ball. So Vicky Kawaguchi stuck on 2 strikes. He can't seem to punch him out. Let's see. There's a curveball. Strike 3. This one's for you, Lola. Looking. Strike 3, Vicky Kawaguchi here. Her first punch out in game number 4 of the League Championship World Series, whatever we want to call it. Oh, that ball shot up the middle here with 2 outs. And the runners have a runner on first here with 2 outs. They're going to make an attempt here to get something started here with 2 outs in the first inning. The pitch is missed, but the batter also misses it as well, as it's going to get out of play. Another foul ball, and I think that just goes to show how much Kawaguchi's got their timing off. This ball's hit up the middle. Dante going back. Dante is not going to be able to get to it. He's going to cut it off. He's going to throw it into the cutoff. It's going to go over the cutoff's head, and a throw home quickly. Safe at home plate, and the runners take a 1-0 lead with some 2-out base hits. Some 2-out hits here have made a difference. Could he go home? He will hold up on a good throw by Tony Del Vecchio in left field. So the runners are really striking here with 2 outs, as they have an opportunity here with a runner on first and third, 2 outs for Sean Wackett. Wackett's going to get under this ball. Pablo is underneath it. Out number 3, but the damage is done. 1 out, 1 out. 1 run scored by the runners, and now the Melonheads are going to look to answer here in the bottom of the first inning. Dante out in front of it fouls it off. That ball is knuckled out into center field, and no one's going to get there, and Dante has a leadoff single. And man, I don't think there's a single person who has followed this series that has any doubt what's about to happen here. Everyone in the field knows what's going to happen. Where is Dante going? Dante is trying to steal 2 bases, apparently. I'm not sure what just happened, and that's a line out to third. What a rally killer there, as Dante Robinson continued to third base for some reason. I must have bumped a button or something, and instead of having a quick answer, it's a quick 3 outs on a base running mistake out of Dante Robinson. And now Kawaguchi's coming out still behind in this ball game, and you got to think the Melonheads would have liked to have that run score, but instead, nothing to be showed for. And now Kawaguchi's got a full count here on the leadoff hitter. We got quite the battle going as he fouls it off. This ball's going to be roped into left field, and Tony Del Vecchio is not going to be able to cut it off. That ball's going to make it all the way to the wall. He's going to second base, and he leads off the second inning right where the runners left off. A leadoff double, and that's going to bring up Sarah Slubby. Good old Slubby at the dish with the ponytail sticking out the back. This ball's going to be flied to Keisha Phillips and right. Keisha can gun it. They are not going to test her arm, as that is out number 1. The runners have taken the 1-0 lead in the top of the first and are threatening here in the top of the second with a runner on 1 out. That ball is going to be battled into foul territory. The runners want to... Oh, the big punch out! Swinging. Punches are out. Big strikeout for Kawaguchi. And that means with this pop-up, looks like she's going to get out of that leadoff double jam. Exactly what you need for the Melonheads, as she has now made the runners not capitalize on an opportunity. And now you just got to think, if you're the Melonheads, you got to have an answer. Keisha Phillips is going to fly this ball out. Second baseman and center fielder are going to call each other off, and it's going to be out number 1. Ahmed Khan has hit well in this series. He's got the potential to tie this ball game with one swing of the bat. I did not mean to swing. I let go of the power swing, which makes you swing. But I thought I did it late enough he wouldn't swing. And now we're behind in the count instead of ahead in the count. Big difference there, and this ball is going to be fouled off again. Ahmed really battling. Really shows how he's hitting right now. He gets a hold of this one, but it's going to be a little too hard hit to the right fielder. 2 outs. So the Melonheads have made some pretty good contact. It just hasn't fallen. Tony Del Vecchio gets a pitch he can handle. That's a curveball sort of down the middle. It is out of here. Tie ball game. Tony Del Vecchio has an answer to tie the ball game up for his sister who's pitching. I can say without a doubt Tony Del Vecchio's best games of the season have come while his sister is pitching. And that is what you love to see when the Melonheads needed it most. Down and out with 2 outs. And he's got an answer to tie this ball game, and we are back fresh here, what looks like going into the top of the 3rd inning. As this should be a routine flyout, it is. So here we are, top of the 3rd, Kawaguchi still on the hill. Her brother gave her the tie ball game, and we got a new game here going into the 3rd inning. And Vicky Kawaguchi on the hill. Ooh, that big curveball, she's got it working. 2 strikes, that ball is going to just miss. 1 and 2, that slider inside. This ball could be popped into foul territory. That is Stephanie Morgan. Oh, no. Jocinda Smith, not Stephanie Morgan over there at 3rd, does not come down with it. I don't know what happened, but you hate to see it. And now we got a full count. The slider low is going to be taken, and Kawaguchi has walked the hitter instead of getting the out in foul territory. Jocinda Smith, this is a playoffs she'd like to forget. It is a good thing she was a big part of that. Ball is out of here. Out of here in a hurry. And the runners make the Melonheads pay for Jocinda Smith's, looks like, blunder over there at 3rd base. Unfortunately, Jocinda got all of her good play out in the regular season. This ball is drilled off the wall. Dante's not going to play it correctly. That ball's going to get down as a nobody out double, and the runners continue to hit here off Kawaguchi, but you really can't blame Kawaguchi, as this inning just seems to be dragging on by weird misplays, extra bases because of misplays. The game does not count them as errors, but let's be honest, I think if you start this inning off with a Jocinda Smith out, I think you're in a different ballgame. They're going to test Keisha Phillips, and it's going to be... Oh! Whoa! Called safe at 3rd base. Here's Cal run it now with an opportunity. Big time play at 3rd base. Vicky Kawaguchi's going to get the grounder, though, and get out of it. What a tough inning for the Melonheads. A misplay at 3rd. A ball misplayed in center. The home run. Tough call at 3rd. That one didn't hurt him, but man. Here's Stephanie Morgan now looking to answer for the Melonheads, and she's going to rip it up the middle for a leadoff single. That leadoff single is huge for the Melonheads as they needed it. You got to think they're going to pinch hit here for Kawaguchi. Kawaguchi has looked decent in this game, but the team has not come through for her. So to lead off, they're going to let... It's been a tough bench. But Mikey Thomas had a good AB. They're going to let him go lefty-lefty here. Mikey Thomas gets a hold of this ball deep left field. That one's for you, Logan. Mikey Thomas ties the ball game. You absolutely love to see it as Mikey Thomas goes opposite field in the lefty-lefty matchup. Ties the ball game. Logan is on his feet right now. I guarantee it. Pull the car over if you're driving when you watch this video. That is absolutely ridiculous. Holy cow. You love to see it. Can we do something here? Holy cow. We're gonna go ahead, and you gotta let Mikey Thomas keep playing after that. So after that pinch hit, 2-run home run to tie the game, he is hot in this World Series. They're going to pull Jocinda Smith, and Mikey Thomas is going to move over to 1st. Ahmed is going to play 3rd, is the official ruling. Man, Mikey Thomas has looked good against this runners team. Pete Wheeler rips this ball up the middle for a one-out single, and Pete Wheeler's going to do what he does best. This is the lineup that the Melonheads started the season with, and it is exactly the lineup that they're going to look to end the season with, possibly against the runners. I don't think Pablo's had a real solid series, for at least for his standards. He is going to get a hold of this ball. The Melonheads take a 5-3 lead. Holy cow, what an inning. My voice is gonna give out with all this yelling. 5-3 Melonheads. Holy cow. This is not what I thought was gonna happen here in the third inning. The runners really seem to be in control of this game, but the Melonheads just don't quit. Another hit for the Melonheads. 5-3, one out, runner on first. Ahmed Khan now at the plate. 2-0 is the count. 3-0. Ahmed looking for an opportunity. The 3-0 curveball is the first strike of the AB. That's ball four. Ahmed Khan's going to take the walk, and the runners are in trouble now. One out, first and second. Tony Del Vecchio. Everyone knows how he plays when his sister pitches in the game. I'm sure he wants to give her as much opportunity. He's going to drive this ball up the middle. Pete Wheeler is the runner on second base. They're going to send him home. Easily scores 6-3 Melonheads. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely outrageous. Jocinda Smith is going to get an at-bat here. She is technically now in the pinch hit role, and she's going to line this ball into the alleyway. Even though her day has been officially set as done, that is going to be a 2 RBI double for Jocinda Smith. She is going to possibly finish her season still on a positive note. And if you're the Melonheads, you got to think maybe going into next season, how are you going to line up this team? Woo, that ball almost got out of here, but it didn't. Almost more runs piled on for the Melonheads, and Mikey Thomas is going to get his second at-bat of the inning, and that's going to be a ball high. Mikey Thomas has looked sharp in this World Series. That's a curveball inside. Is that a purpose pitch from the same pitcher he versed last at-bat? That ball is right down the middle. Thomas gets under it. It's traveling deep. Center field. Holy cow, Mikey Thomas almost had himself. Oh man, that was poor video game mechanics there. That is not Mikey Thomas's fault. He's out at second base. The game did not advance the runners when I was telling it to, and they held up, unfortunately, because they thought it was going to be an out. But that should have been another RBI for Mikey Thomas. You cannot count that against him. They're going to bring in Sidney Weber, who has been hot in this playoffs, to pitch the fourth inning, as they're now up by 5. Up by 5. Dante going back. No, that ball's in. He's still going to make the adjustment in out number 1. Dante off the bat. I'm not sure if I was going to say, how is he still batting after the struggles in the last inning? That ball's hit to Mikey Thomas, who's now playing first base, as we had said before. Mikey Thomas, ground ball to him. He misplays it. Holy cow. Just as you thought Mikey Thomas was the man, he comes out and makes a blunder in the field. Here's Pablo Sanchez. Over. Oh, no, this is a bad throw. They try to turn the double play a little too quick, and Pete Wheeler's going to make an error at short. Holy cow. Some really bizarre plays. Mikey Thomas. No, Mikey Thomas is going to make the play. Holy cow, we almost had another misplay. They do get out of it. You got to think, though, Mikey Thomas has not had a whole lot of playing time more recently, so he's probably a little rusty in the field. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt as he misplays the first ball hit to him. The Melonheads are in a good spot here. Pete Wheeler, grounder up the middle. It's going to be a tough play. He's going to be out, though. Out number 2. Here's Pablo Sanchez. Pablo is jacked up right now in this World Series. He shoots it down the line. Is he going to get there before the pitcher? No, out number 3. Here comes Amir Khan. Even though it's not a save opportunity, Amir Khan is going to try and finish out the game for the Melonheads to win their first championship. You got to think, even with the 5-run lead, for a young player like Amir Khan, he's got to be a little nervous. He's going to throw that curveball. He does give off the leadoff single. If you've watched this year, Amir Khan does like to make things interesting. This is a ball shot back up the middle. And it is now 2 on, nobody out against Amir Khan. Amir Khan struggling here in this inning. Why wouldn't it be interesting? Let it come down to an interesting play here in the top of the 5th. Amir Khan only has the 2 pitches. The runners have seen him a few times already this series. And it's going to be a ground ball to Amir. Amir is going to throw it over the shortstop's head. Amir Khan, Dante throwing it home. Woo! My throat is giving out. This is just unbelievable as they're now down by 4. Absolutely ridiculous. Amir Khan now with nobody out. This ball is low. You got to think if Amir Khan doesn't get this base runner, you're looking to pull him from the game. This is going to be another base hit for the runners as they have bases loaded. And now this is the soft part of the team. Do you bring in Lou? Do you bring in Ashley Weber? Tough call as neither one of them are super great. They're going to bring in Lou. Bases loaded, nobody out. The tying run is at the plate. That ball is shot. That's going to be off the wall. This game just gets more and more interesting as it is now 8-6 as the Melonheads bullpen is blowing their huge lead. This is what we saw when the Melonheads struggled early on in the year. Luana Lou has given up the runs. It is a double play ball, and the Melonheads are up by 1 run. 8-7. Flax Edwards, the pinch hitter, is coming in. All right, whoa, what? Leave me alone. Flax Edwards, the last opportunity for the runners. They're only down by 1 now. The curveball, anticipated. Mikey Thomas, out number 3! The Melonheads have done it! The Melonheads have done it! In front of the hometown crowd, the Melonheads have won the championship. Soak it in, Melonheads! Soak it in, Melonheads! You have won the championship in your first season in the historic league. Who is on top there? I have no idea. Is that Tony Del Vecchio? Is he the player of the game? The Melonheads. Holy cow, what a crazy game. They have won it. The crowd is going crazy here. Oh my gosh, this is not what I had in mind for a championship game. Who would have thought it would have been this interesting? The Melonheads have won it. They have won it 8-7. Holy cow. Oh, look at those playoff stats for the Melonheads. Oh my gosh, Jocinda Smith was disappointing in the playoffs, but a lot of players came through to make this happen. Your players of the game. BB Rubenstein for the other team was actually the player of the game. But Tony Del Vecchio and the fan favorite Mikey Thomas, big parts of why the Melonheads won. Absolutely unbelievable. Guys, if you want to see another season of this, let me know in the comments. Is it worth running through another Melonhead season? Next episode will be the awards ceremony. We're going to look over the season stats of the Melonheads, the season stats of the league, figure out who the league Silver Slugger MVP, Cy Young. We're going to look at all the season-ending stats next week and maybe talk about the future of this content. Maybe the off-season for the Melonheads. What are some moves looking into next season? Maybe the league is going to have some more teams added. Maybe the league has some different teams added. Maybe the difficulty upped a little bit. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, what would make it more interesting, what could make this series better. If you want to see it continue, let me know. Like, subscribe. We are doing it big here. Watch out for that. Look at that championship ring for the Melonheads. I need to get one of those things made. I'm going to put it on my finger. Gonna put that on my finger. Like and subscribe, boys. Give me a thumbs up if you like that ring. Woo! Love to see it.